and then just sort of keep going until we get it finished.
Yeah. No, well, from my end, no worries. It's just there might be a little bit some distractions, but other than that, I'm working and all good. Okay, I guess
cool.
let's continue where we left.
Yeah, I'll flash the mirror up. I guess obviously you've had a bit of time to think about it. Any questions based on what we did yesterday, or is it all pretty clear and coming into focus?
To me, no. I think it's pretty clear. I like when we map things. I like how we kind of see that a lot of things are happening here, so we divide them in two. And I'm sure like the more we will do, the more we will kind of refine things. I very much understand this is like the early draft. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, in which case, I guess sort of get back into it. So I think where we left it, we've done everything except for we're starting on Jackie.
Yeah.
So when I see an idea expressed visually, realize it could be a good way to communicate. That's inspiration, I think. So somewhere,
probably
somewhere up here, or is it actually? Where's this? The visuals is creative. I feel the power of a visual idea is important. Let's have a quick look. Just make sure it's not. I feel it's important. I believe it is really important. I like the skill. It might be in two places here. Let's have a look and just see what else he said. Looking for ways to improve myself and my communications. No art talent. I'm trying to think about it. Treated by existing communication. Yeah, I think that there's. What were these other ones? I know visuals, power to communicate more effectively. Seeing the power.
Well,
yeah.
It does feel a bit like inspiration, but it does feel like more in this bucket, right? Because there is like, it feels like, oh, this is a powerful.
Well, to be honest, what I think here, I don't even think we need to add a new push to this or split the text. I would probably put them in up in both, because if you think about it, there is an element. I've seen this, and so it's telling me that the power of visuals is important. I definitely think that's there, but it's a realization piece for me.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's a good point. Why decide if we can just duplicate?
Yeah, and to be honest, when we separate that other one, we might take it off of here and realize this is good enough. So, so for now, I don't think we overstress it. Let's leave it in both places because we've got the ability to do that. I'm looking for ways to improve myself and my communications. Right, what have we got that's like that?
Where did we put the one where it was like, oh, I have good writing, but I also want to do visuals? I think that feels. I think that feels in the same bucket. I just forgot where we put that.
Yeah, let's have a look here.
Let me search. Right.
Supposed to.
Oh man, no, there's a lot of notes.
Yeah. Is it up the top here? Or when I need to create visuals, lack the skills, or is it this one? Creative background, a lot of ideas. Like to draw, can't do it. And the DT here is a really good communicator. Which one were you looking for?
Sorry?
I found one here. So a DT saying, when I'm a good communicator, invest time, money, and effort into improving my communications, but lack skills in this style.
Yeah, that's more like a skill. I just remember we had somebody who said that, oh, I have good writing, but I feel the value in.
Yeah, true. Where is that? Is it up the top here? Relying on a graphic designer. Actually, this might be one that Just put this here.
I think it was Kathy who said that.
Okay. What colour's Kathy? Let's have a look. There, purple.
Yeah.
Purple.
Yeah, when I'm here it is, and when I'm good
okay.
at verbal and written communication and feel visual communication is a skill I lack.
Yeah. And I think that probably is true of Jackie. So again, I think the people who are doing this kind of the LinkedIn type communication, who, I think I put in one of my posts, like Aditi felt like she was climbing up a content ladder. It's like, first I'll do these text posts because I can do them, and then actually, what if I share a meme? What if I do this? What if I do that? And these kind of layering skills on top of one another. So,
yep, I think that's fair.
Again, we might need to rename it because there's a subtle nuance there, I think, but it's not miles off.
I agree.
Oh, I mean, this one would be going in there anyway. So I have no art talent but feel drawn by a visual idea.
This is kind of a unique one.
No, this one, I don't think it is. So when I heard it, I think there's parallels here. If we pull it over here, not that one. Where are we?
So it's like
it's not that
sure.
one.
I think Jackie is one which I haven't listened to.
Okay.
Was it like it's more like content inspiration? I'm a bit sick of like taking content from others, or no?
No, yeah, something like that. Let's have a look. It's not that one. Okay, so I can't see Aditi's comment on this. Let's go and have a quick look in the. Sorry, let's not do that. I'll move it back over there. Share that while I log in. Sign in. There we go. And share this tab instead. Right, where are we? So, have a look at this. Yeah, this piece here, she started to think about creating rather than co-opting. So, did we not capture that as a push? No, I don't think we did. So I might add something in here just to capture that, because I do think this one. And then I'll push to rely on curating content. Something like that. We can just go and move it up. Because then, where are you? Because I think that this is this was one of the things that I picked up when I was doing the interviews, that it felt that was one of the common triggers that I saw that made me think some people were closer together than the others. So like I started to hear multiple people, and it felt like they were posting stuff. Maybe they were getting their own visuals, or they were like I think Tammy says the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just take this image because I like it, and then I'll share it. And then at some point, there's this feeling of what if I could do this myself, which seems to be common across those.
Yeah, there's definitely those people. I agree. I don't know, is it like meaningful enough bucket, but
I think it is, because I think if you look, let's have a look. We've got Alex. So we've got Tammy. Where did Alex go? We haven't brought him down here yet.
we haven't brought. I think we haven't brought the coaches down here, though. We have Francesca, right? But Francesca was.
Okay.
So I think we don't have Alex.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Alex had the same thing, even though maybe he is in the same group. Maybe this grouping isn't right, but he had I'm fed up copying and want to start creating as well.
I will maybe take down Alex, the other Frederick, not the other Frederick, but the other story of Frederick and Eduardo, as I don't think we have these three. I think the rest we have.
We'll pull them down, but this came up even once, and it was different things. So with Aditi, it was I think she'd go and find like one of your visuals or something like that, and then just reframe the, you were talking about X, and she wants to make it more about her ED1 visas or whatever.
Yeah.
And what Jackie was doing, he was going on Substack and LinkedIn in English, and he was grabbing these ideas, and then he was taking those ideas, translating them into Chinese, and pushing them out on his Chinese social media channels. So I just felt it was a very, like, whilst it was a different behavior, it wasn't massively different. He's just changing channel as well as changing language.
Yeah. Okay, I think now we have everything in here. I'll double check, but you feel free to keep going. I'll just double check.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll leave those two over there because I do think that that's a common piece.
Yeah.
Frustrated by the existing communication styles I use. Is that in here? Not really. I don't know. Actually, that one's an interesting one. The frustrated one sort of feels like it's somewhere closer to this, but it's not necessarily just purely related to visuals. He was frustrated by. Let's go and have a look behind.
Well, it's like, I don't know if it will be a theme, but I think it's like it could also duplicate. It's like, yeah, I guess it's some sort of frustration that what I'm doing is not working or is not good enough. And
it was hard for him. It was hard. So he took up learning. He was reading people's long form articles, and he thought, I'm not a writer. I'll go and learn how to do that. And so once he'd learned how to do that, then he was trying to apply that, and he was posting things. But the effort for him to write these long articles, I think he could do one a week, but he didn't feel he could do more. It was kind of frustrating. And then when he sees a visual, it's like, well, that's a very easy way to communicate the same idea, like picture paints 1,000 words.
Well, yeah, this is one-on-one my own story. I just somehow made that on my own, but it was the exact same thing. I was wanting to be a content creator, like writing felt hard, YouTube felt hard, everything just felt like uphill battle, and then I discovered this way of communicating. Holy crap, I can like do this daily, even with my 9-to-5 job and whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on in the heads of some of these people here. It's either I want the skill to be able to do it, so aspirational reach forward like Aditi and some of the others, or it's holy shit, this is a bad way of doing it. That one looks better. Maybe if I learn that, it'll be easier for me, type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Just having a look. So yes, he could write one post per week because he finds it difficult to create them, even after the course, as in the writing course, mostly to express himself. It's not. He didn't. So he was different to some of these. He didn't really care about the readership to begin with. It was more him having the opportunity to share his ideas out there. So maybe they might end up being more coaches. there's less. LinkedIn might just be a stepping stone for them. Quite a few people are posting on LinkedIn purely to do that. So perhaps Jackie's more like that.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know. So maybe which one were we looking at? This one here. Frustrated by my existing communication style. It's to do with tools. Maybe that's the one that's more here.
Where? Oh.
It's not necessarily inspiration, but
I don't know. I believe you can keep it like floating maybe and decide then. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of close to this other one here. I'm frustrated by writing. I see they're kind of two parts of the same, two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Google said want a bigger reach. It's slightly different. Anyway, okay.
Yeah,
let's leave it.
It's like when I'm frustrated by existing communication style I use, that feels something like I can sit on my table, I can sit whatever and just think about that and feel that. But the other one, when I see, I think with the inspiration, the big point is when I see things that triggers me. And here it's more like intrinsically motivated or whatever.
Yeah,
so that's why I feel like it's more hanging a bit differently. But
I'd agree with you. Like I said yesterday, I think these things, you often, when you're looking at the sequence of events, if I'm not frustrated by my inability to communicate clearly on LinkedIn, then I'm less likely to be lured in by seeing how easy it is with a visual. So I kind of both two hands to clap type thing.
Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah. Time to think about other ways to express myself. So that fits in there actually. He'd had a business or something like that, and then they'd had a bit of a change in his business. His business partners were difficult or something like that, and then he went off and took a bit of a career break, and he was helping his wife. So that definitely belongs in there. Okay. Right. Alex, text content not getting traction. That feels like it's over here somewhere. Competing the need. There's a few that I'll drag it that way, but I think we had a couple up here that look like.
This is, again, it feels like it's similar when I feel the power of visual idea is important. I think, again, that is like the same kind of thing, just when they feel visual is important. And then the other one is like when I feel the stuff I'm doing is not working.
Yeah, and agreed. And maybe we have a big group here and we pull it apart once we see the specific phrasing.
I guess we can throw them in and then divide now. What do you think?
Yeah,
makes sense.
I'm not getting traction. I think there's one of the seeing the power of this, which is probably somewhat closer to the inspiration.
Sorry, but maybe traction starts maybe to like have a separate category about growth, or like the I want to grow, I'm not growing, like I want to. It feels like the more of the market that I'm currently trying to capture. Hey, visualize your ideas and like whatever 10x your reach.
Yeah, I think it is.
But we don't have a group for those growth bros.
No, and I'm trying to sort of land it somewhere here. So, I want to differentiate, is it that? Building my network, is it that? It's somewhere over near these ones here, I think. I might just leave it here for now. I definitely think you're right. There's some additional group, and it's not dissimilar to the power of a visual idea, but it's more about I've tried doing this with written images, and it's either that I didn't get traction, or I don't know. There's something there.
We can just throw them there and then like revisit this. This seems like a clear skill issue, which goes above, right?
Yeah.
And this is when I believe, right? Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I've tried it and it's hard.
When my existing posts feel too boring. Again, similar to the first one, right?
Yeah, agreed. I think it's over here somewhere. See, visual speaks to me. That's definitely some kind of inspiration one up here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it could, you know, with this. So I know how we broke one that had loads of cards in into two. That could just be like the most common baseline motivation for everyone that they see something and they want to be able to do it.
Yeah, so it's of course, but yeah,
So there's
I guess that's one of the reasons probably why this thing haven't have done fine. I guess, you know, I still get like customers every month and stuff because I kept posting and kind of that. Even if my landing page didn't maybe speak to them or whatever, but they were like, I just like this format, you know, and it seems like Janis is doing that. So yeah, I guess it's just an important piece.
Yeah,
which I was kind of doing anyhow.
Sometimes it is, you know, you do get like an almost universal emotion of anybody joining any of these courses. Recycling content from others. I think there's a group of them there. Feel the power of visual communication. We've definitely got that up here, haven't we? And hang on, want that skill. I'll leave it there for now. I lack the design talent to do this. So yeah, this is more about the skill. Alrighty. So we got Tammy now launching a new business, and so this one's the social one over here.
Yeah.
So we need to think of that. No artistic talent, but I appreciate that. Up here on the skill one, again, that's getting us. And actually, you know, when you were listening in on the interviews, I think you said, "Oh, yeah, this is resonating often," and pretty much everybody. There were very few that believed they had any great artistic talent. Most people were wanted to do art, but felt it wasn't for them. This is the inspiration one. Okay. So seeing a course available, I wonder whether it's got to be someone. So she saw some sort of ad on LinkedIn Learning. It was like, hey, you can learn this stuff. Hey,
well, this seems like the timing thing, right? Like more or less.
It could be.
There was not sure.
No, she was.
It's more like the unknown known. No.
Yeah, it was. So she was building like a grassroots fund or something like that for people with disabilities who, like, they should be able to get some help from the government, but for whatever reason it takes too long. And I think she had that experience herself, but whether I can't remember whether she said, let's have a look. Tammy, grassroots fund.
Oh, by the way, you are not sharing screen right now.
I'm not.
Yeah, for recording, probably you need. I'm in the dock, but you previously were sharing and then it disappeared.
Okay. Oh, I know what will have happened. I probably clicked stop sharing rather than share this tab instead. So sorry to everybody who might be watching this if you've missed anything important. This is the state of the board now. So yeah, if I was just looking at this, Tammy. Yeah, she saw the ad, but I wonder whether that's not just the same as getting inspiration. You know, in your case, somebody comes along and they see your visual and they think, "Oh wow, why didn't I think about doing that?" In her case, she sees an ad for a course and it's like, "Oh well, yeah, why didn't I think about learning that thing?"
It's probably standing on its own, but next to the inspiration.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not necessarily the same way of being inspired. It's
but
more. But suddenly and maybe that's where we separate the group. I don't know, but some it's like, oh, I've seen that and I want the ability to do it. Others, I've seen that and suddenly I'm aware that people teach this stuff. Because I mean,
I think we'll probably will need to, like, because inspiration, I'm sure some of them were like, oh, I want the growth, I'm inspired by how much growth this can create, and some are like, oh, this is a cool way to express ideas. So there's like different kinds of inspiration. But
yeah,
so how do you prefer, like, we split something now or go through everything and then do?
Oh, I was just having a quick look at it now to see if there's is there an opportunity to split it or not, or does it just get bigger and swallow it and it gets a slightly different label? Like, you know, we can make it slightly more generic, capture everybody, or we can make it more specific and split it in two if we think that there's. And let's get rid of where's here. This one's something to do with tools. That's nothing to do with that. So this one, there's a stop and think, and there's a stop and think there. There's a learn how to do it. There's teach how to do it. Learn how to do it. Abilities. So this feels more possibility. This feels more awareness. This one I don't know. Somewhere in the middle. This is ability. What about this? That's more. It's nothing to do with that. This is more. I'm aware that there is a course. I think that's over there. These lifelong learners are nothing to do with this. This one seems to be more on that side. Are we separating people meaningfully, or are we just shuffling deck chairs on the Titanic here? Speaks to me. So this is about speaking, the thing speaking to me. And this is wanting to know how they do it. Is that more this side or this side? Still not certain. I think that's more. Don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's the inspiration for growth. I see this thing and it creates growth. If I will do that thing, I will get growth as well.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I think we've kind of attempted to organize them within the group. I still don't know whether we can separate it. When we add some more, I presume we'll find more, and maybe it will become clearer.
I think let's add more.
Not artsy, but I feel I've got ideas to share, which I think is back up here, isn't it? Which, again, this one might split given how many people are in it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, let's continue and then we can see. I don't know, but you lead the way.
I'm just looking what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 groups at the moment. I'm expecting with this number we'd probably end up about 12 to 13 groups, maybe. Depends on how similar or different these people are. So yeah, let's say sometimes you need more piled in the same place for you to be able to see the differences rather than the similarities, and sometimes you never see the. There you go. Greater power to communicate than the written word. Okay, so he's in this one a second time. So it's explaining. This is the frustration with the
current way, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That was the Kathy thing as well again.
I think so. There was some here, weren't there? Or is it up there? Have we put them all up there?
I lost them again.
This is the only problem with that.
Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is.
Yeah, that's I'm good at it, and I don't have a problem with written communications. So I think that might be the distinction. So there are some people like me. I write long form content. It just seems to fall out of my hands.
Yeah, it's more like layering another skill, and this is
exactly. And then I see this and think, oh, I wonder whether I could do that too. Whereas other people, I presume, are trying to type written content and feeling, oh, this is too hard. Like, is there some other way I can, it's not totally dissimilar because we both want to end up doing visuals, but one of us has gone into it to add a skill and the other's trying to swap to an easier skill or a different skill that might be better. There's tons in there, so we can pull that apart.
It's actually, yeah. It almost now feels more like a pull, but if we separate it in the two, then it would feel more like pushes, because then we say, I feel pushed to learn visuals just because I feel like I want to layer another skill on top of my good skills, and then the other push is like, what am I doing is not,
Yeah, think about it differently. Imagine it's like two runners running around a racetrack. So me as a good written communicator, I've sprinted around lap 1, and then I see visual communication as lap 2. So the fact I've completed the first lap makes me want to complete the second. Somebody else has limped around the first lap just about hating it, and they think, oh, can I go around the visual lap track because that might be easier next time? And I still want to share my ideas. I just don't want to be so frustrated about the way I'm doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can see that, Alex, this is about the hardness, the challenge of it. Whereas this isn't so much about this was difficult. It's I lack the skill. I don't know. Anyway, let's
keep going, and then
yeah, these ones here, there might be a separate group entirely. So I'm creating written content. I want to make it easier to understand. This is taking a long time. Don't know. Closer to boring.
Wouldn't that be a push group if we would like label it just pretty much kind of, I want my content to perform better. That's like a commonality. It's the desire to like faster growth, better growth.
Yeah, I think I see where you're going. I think if we had something that was when my existing content is how to write fails to perform as well as prepared. And I might be going taking a bit of liberty having both of them in there, but these are boring. It's not getting traction. My slides aren't. I don't think he felt his was bad, but again, I think he was just trying to make sure it got better all the time. Yeah, even once he's done visual ideas, I suspect there'll be a constant desire to do that. And it's taking too much time. I need new content. That might be a slightly different one. It's this one here.
Yeah, this one, Frederick, seems to come from a place where it's more like improving what is already working, and others are like, this is not working, I want to do better.
Yeah, and I was talking about sort of quests or whatever. I don't know how well you studied maths, but you can think of like vectors. So if I start, I could start down here as a -1, and my goal is just to get up to a 0. I just want to get rid of a lack of skill.
Yeah.
I could start at a 0 and maybe want to get to a 1 to try and gain it, or a 1 to a 2, or sometimes people want to jump from 0 to 100 in a single step. So it's kind of when I think about this, the push is where's this person coming from? Because sometimes that splits the groups out to say, well, actually, I'm already trying and I'm seeing the traction, and I want to get more of it. Versus, actually, I'm trying with text posts, frustrated, so I want to switch. And though so it's kind of two different things there. But we can have a look at it. What's this one? It's expensive. This is all about increasing reach. So there's definitely a.
I want to increase my reach, yeah.
Yeah.
Quanto dare?
And that might, I don't know, I'll throw them all in there. His might be something else, but I'll have a look at Frederick, actually. Actually, no, he wasn't doing that. He was not doing that at all, actually, now that I look at this. So I'll pull that off. This is one where I spotted a nuance as I talked to people and tried to listen. You got lots of people who put, and Alex was the same, posting stuff on social media. And so, you default to thinking, well, they must be trying to build an audience. But a lot of them, and Jackie was the same as well, I'm posting on social media, but I'm doing it because I want to express my own ideas and just put it out there. I don't actually care if anybody engages. Then I
think
see
it's more like gathering feedback and stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's like if I spend the time to think and put an idea together and put it out there, it'll help me refine that idea, and hopefully the feedback will come in on the idea so that I can get it into a shape and be clearer on my communications with that idea.
Yeah. I think it was kind of similar how we divided the groups before. There were people I want to learn visuals to grow on social media, and I want to learn visuals to improve my coaching materials, whatever, do that sort of stuff. So
and I think with the coaching materials ones, that they were often, it was, if I leave it here on LinkedIn, it has a double benefit, because I'm not trying to increase my reach, but I'm not doing it specifically for the reach. I'm doing it specifically to try and fix my ideas, and it comes with the opportunity to share. There's a draw basic. So actually, they're both the same one, but actually that's not the same as being. That's more, I like to do it. And Nikki, where are you, Nikki? Skill. Are these ones coming over here? Let's have a look. This is actually creating visuals. It's not I'm believing that they're really important. She does, whereas these like to draw. This is more. I enjoy drawing, and I want to invest in, and so, but I'm not as good as it as I might like. Whereas that's a draw. These are similar.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, they do feel very close, but
they're not dissimilar. But this one here is I've been inspired by the power of a visual idea. I know that I want to be able to communicate clearly, but I lack the skill. Whereas these ones here were much more. I like this. I'd like to do art. It's fun, but I'm not particularly good at it. Because if you think about it, they weren't actually trying specifically to create visuals for a particular reason. It was more, they were doing it for their own benefit, whereas this is, I'm doing it to communicate my ideas with somebody else.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll pop it down here. Again.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like both. Even if you do it in fully for yourself or for others, I feel like it's still like, if you do it for yourself, you probably believe that visuals are like important and stuff. Though, okay, I guess it's more about communicating clearly versus
this one here. When I enjoy the process, enjoy creating visuals, feel
But for example, the Nikki, this one to me feels like that it goes there, because it's like when I have a lot of ideas in my head, but I struggle to express them simply and clearly to others.
Yeah, you might be right. Could go over here. And sometimes some of these might be red herrings, like we've got this one here for tools.
Yeah, sure.
And I think the tools is probably more going to come up in the pulls.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we saw a hell of a lot of people saying, so I can learn how to use Figma, Canva, you name it. So this one could just end up in the leftovers. I might drop them up there anyway. Anyway, create a posting so I feel inspired. We already have this one up here anyway, I think.
Yep.
Because that may well not. Lifelong learner. Oh, we have that.
Where we had those?
I don't know.
I know there was cards like that. Oh, it's here.
Yeah. Okay. Go. So we can.
I think yeah.
So let's just go with that one.
I feel here below I found this random card floating around.
Which one?
This one, and I feel it could go somewhere here.
Existing models of thinking are draining and creating. Yep, I think so. Nikki's was slightly different to that, actually. So, and this might be more of a pull than a push. And maybe it does go there. I don't know. But to me, she was so she was creating her course content herself on slides and things like that.
Nikki was with the husband, right?
Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
and when I was talking to her, she was talking about the desire to do something that didn't drain her and something creative. And I'm like, well, you've just put a course together. Like, how's that not creative? And she said to me, well, no, that drains me. You know, that takes effort to create that. And so maybe it does go in here. I think you might be right.
Well, it's somewhere close, at least close, maybe if not completely in the bucket.
Yep.
Yeah, but okay. So let's keep going.
Right, posting consistent, put myself out there. Existing content lacks a strong visual identity. That one was She didn't
That was
like
probably believe, but lack the skill, essentially, you know? Like,
actually, yeah, maybe it is. Like, she didn't like the skill. She was actually doing artistic type stuff, but she wasn't. Then obviously she went to learn.
Yeah, but she's clearly saying that.
Yeah.
When I have tried posting an image. Oh no, this is inspiration. I took the wrong one.
No, this one's more. I've seen this stuff take off. Where's that one? There. So when I've tried it and had a bit of traction.
Okay.
So she made her own first, and then it was like, wow, actually this gets loads more traction than what I was doing before. So let's do more of it.
When I see content from other creators that is more consistent and has a unique visual identity, I guess some form of inspiration, no?
Yeah, and they might go together, because you know I see this, I feel that type thing.
I guess that goes up.
Yeah, let's put it up. It's probably more on this side than that side, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. When I'm a language lover and always want ways to convey ideas more easily. That's a bit odd. When I'm a language lover and always want.
It was kind of written to. Yeah, maybe I didn't write that one very well.
Well, yeah, we didn't have a recording for that one because she didn't want to share, but
there's a recording there for you if you want. I put it into the Google Drive, but I just haven't.
But yeah. No,
not sharing it publicly on.
That's okay.
But she was actively posting. So you know, when I've copied something else, actually, is there a copy piece in here as well? So forget that one for now. But this, not you. Maybe we just duplicate one of the ones we've already got.
Please continue. I'll just pour myself some water, but I'm hearing you. And
recycling content from others. There, that one. Not completely recycling, because she took the style in this case and then represented it in her own way.
Yeah.
And is it this one? And to be honest, what's that one over there? Want the ability to communicate. I mean, there's a so I can there. The ability to do it. It's probably more related to that one there, isn't it?
I think so. That's fair. Okay, but we have good old Eduardo.
Sorry. Yep. Just having a quick look at this, going back and forth. No, okay, let's have a look at Eduardo. Okay. So this was about this. This is another inspiration one. So it's more a philosophy that he's got that, you know, in his coaching and in his work with others and just in his daily life, the better the questions he can ask, the better the outcome he can create for others. And he believes that other people should also have that introspection. So this is more the image creates a question in my mind, and I want the ability to cause that to happen to others because I think it's an important thing. So I think that was up here somewhere, wasn't it?
I guess.
More on this side here. And maybe it's something to do with that. Frustrated by the existing communication styles I use. I think we can put that one back down here now. Because it's not inspiration, is it? I think there's a split here. Let's have a look at some more of Eduardo's. Maybe he can help us solve it. Time to fit it in. It's not about that. It's over here.
That's more like here, no?
And it's this one. I'll make time. We'll have time. I don't know why the time will be important to everybody in there, but it'll be worth having a look to see if they all fall in the same thing. Enjoy drawing. So here there was the. And this one might be a bit of both on this. I think there's this. It does feel like it's something I enjoy. I don't have the skills, but actually, like, if I didn't think I could also use it for work, I might not be bothered. So it's almost like I need this sort of trifecta of drawing with something I enjoyed at school, but I suck at it.
I'm not sure how to put it on this board, but it reminds me. I think we had a lot of conversations and a lot of this. Learn a hobby that can be useful for work. That type of thing.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's kind of like I could go and learn anything. I could do anything, but this one here it's enjoyable and potentially beneficial, versus the guys up here where I've got to do it, and I'm already either getting paid for it or I'm trying to get a job with it.
Yeah.
All right. Back down here. What have we got? Power of this. So I've seen the power of the visual, which, hang on.
That's belief, no? Or
Don't know actually.
Yeah, but
no, I think it's in here.
Yeah.
It was very strongly linked to. This is something I just know it's.
And he wasn't. I think he was pretty good with design already. I think.
Yeah, he was. He was the only artist we had. I think, or him and Knife maybe. Okay, let's have a look at this. See others posting this. I feel like I could do it. Is that more left or more right? So maybe we're not getting too much of a split apple. It might just be that there's some common statement for everybody. We've got everybody in there, I think.
It seems it's very colorful board.
Yeah.
And this one as well. The belief, yeah, that makes sense. Get inspired, believe it's good, lack the skill. Course is the pill that will solve that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, if we pull these apart, like imagine it is split down the middle. Does that materially change the color scheme?
A little bit.
There's a couple of people who are in both, and so who do you get? Eduardo's in both. Kathy's in both. Alex would be left. Tammy would be left. Frederick too.
That to me, that line seems to be very blurry. It's like there is some little nuances here and there, but
no, I think if I'm pulling this over now, I'm starting to get a bit more. Actually, I can pull that over because that because these line up.
Like this to me feels very much the second one from Cathy. It feels very much like the when I saw a visual on LinkedIn that caused me to stop and think. And that's like it's just a casual of like, oh man, this is like a cool way how to create content. At least, no?
Yeah, I think there's the row across here is the common piece, and then for two of them, they've mentioned the fact that, like, wow, how did I not see that there was a course there?
Yeah, but how it's different than, for example, from this one?
I see someone simplify ideas, visuals. I feel like I could do that. Okay, let's pull it. Maybe Frederick comes over there. And obviously these are both the same, so I'll just tuck that one behind now. See somebody do it, want the ability to do it. I don't know, but there's a difference here. I'm trying to pull the thread to get it to unravel. That's slightly different. That's about reach. That might actually be somewhere over here. I want to increase my social media reach.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think Akhil was quite motivated by that.
Yeah, I've seen it's easier than I thought to create images people love without having a lot of artistic talent. Inspiration, yes, but is
yeah,
it
for sure. That is. Right.
No, because it's a skill he lacks, but it's easier. Inspiration. Oof.
No, that's yeah, fair.
Let's have a look.
When I have,
it is easier than I thought to create images people love without having a lot of artistic talent. And I believe creating visuals is really important to communicating clearly. It's a skill I lack. I mean, there is the he's in there anyway.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm starting to feel on this one here, where are we? Following the creator, that knife one is bothering me because it's not saying this. It's not helping. I've not written that as well as I might have liked. Have a look at knife. Junior role, work-life balance. So I think a lot of them will be following this stuff anyway. They're interested in it. Creative part, useful, purposeful.
Yeah, I don't know. There's maybe a few from this list that we could remove, but overall, I feel they are, to me, they are super common. I see this thing, and now I have the itch and the curiosity, how they make it. Seems that it's working. It's cool. It's interesting.
And I like the ideas a lot. I might go back to that interview actually, because the fact he likes your ideas doesn't necessarily. There's no message of him wanting to create something differently. It was more about liking this.
Oh, I remember he was an interesting one because he said like how he discovered like the course stuff. Was you remember the wallpaper thing where he said that I gave these wallpapers for free, and I'm not sure how exactly that connected to the course, but and I think he had a lot of the vibes of I'm playing video games, but this seems fun as well, but I want to have like a useful hobby, and this seems to be fun.
Yeah, actually, here I've got that one. Dump that in there. What we got? And that's either there or
But
there.
it would be like, I would definitely keep Knife here in the inspiration as well, because he was following me for years. He likes my ideas. He's clearly inspired. Like,
Yeah.
it would be just, I think, very unfair to say that he joined the course without the inspiration. I think he had probably was inspired a lot. Like, he especially followed for years and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the feel that it's possible. I mean, these kind of go together. That I'm wondering whether Aditi there was like there's a maybe that come on, maybe these are a separate subgroup. So there's I've seen this and oh, look at that. So you think about directions of inspiration. So I'm crap at art. I'm inspired by your art, and all of a sudden it triggers the inspiration I'm triggered in. Someone crap at art can also do this too. So I no longer have to worry about my crapness because.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but with Aditi, I'm not sure when she saw that, because it might be the case that she saw that when actually she joined the course, and then in some live sessions she joined and she saw how I like whipped some stuff out of the blue and how messy and ugly my initial process is. So
Yep.
I believe she might be referencing here post purchasing the course.
Let's go and
Because I'm not sure where when she pulled the trigger to buy the course. I doubt she actually saw me doing like behind the scenes or something like that. I believe this comes from.
No. So it wasn't that. So you've helped me there, because I was just off to look for something else. It wasn't that she's seen your behind the scenes stuff. It is she's seen the visual style and thought this doesn't require artistic talent. So she was looking at PJ, like she was looking at PJ Milani's stuff first.
Oh, like, I see.
Man,
yeah. This is too advanced.
Little characters, and they'll never look the same, and that would be awful. And then suddenly
that was a common theme.
And it's like, oh, I can just do a couple of lines or a chart or something, and it can be scrappy, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So that's why I think there's inspiration here. It's maybe we'll move these out of the way because they're nothing to do with it. See if I can start to pull some people into different directions. And it could be flavors of inspiration, when I am inspired to create visual content myself, because I realize it's possible without artistic talent. Spell check. I think I'd have learned how to type by the age of 40 on. And then these ones up here, let's move this box out of the way. Oh, that's part of the canvas, crap. Okay, I'll move you, drop you down a bit. Because I think here, what I'm seeing slightly differently is that's where I think these are all roughly the same. And yes, there's a couple of little bits and pieces about oh look, there's a course available and it's possible. So stop and think versus these ones here, and maybe they come. So this is in my niche. I want to learn how simplify. I feel like I can do it. Maybe that one here, maybe. I don't know. I might be overcooking this, but we can have a look.
Yeah, I feel I don't know. Maybe let's do the finals from Eduardo, and then we can go. I don't know. What do you suggest? Then we move to pools, and then we revisit this. What's your usual approach?
Yeah, I kind of sort of iterate around it. As you do more of it, it makes you think about other pieces. So you're constantly shifting and shuffling until you see the big pieces. Yeah, maybe it's not different. I don't know. I thought I had it for a minute. Anyway, they're all up together. It's not like they're dissimilar at the moment. What have we got left from Eduardo?
When I'm a lifelong learner, so this one goes to here.
Yeah. Cool. And then there's some part about him being a coach, so he needs a clearer way to express his ideas. Is that the power of a visual idea is important? Is it a core part of his work?
Yeah, he has a coaching business, and I needed clearer, simpler ways to convey my ideas.
Yeah, is that okay?
It's more like it's like here when I feel the power of. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm agreed. There's okay, consuming, not creating. Create more myself. He wasn't recycling it, but he did want to create more. Maybe there's more about creation. Does that go here? Kind of path on that group. These ones were all definitely copy. He's not really.
I feel this is more like I wanna become content creator. I've been a self-help nerd, but I don't create anything. I think that's more the idea.
Okay. Where do you think?
Yeah, and now he plays with the LinkedIn. It's almost a little bit. I want to increase my social reach, but just. I guess I would put it close to I want to increase my social reach, or I remember Knife had that thing where he wants to build his network. Where did we place that one?
Yeah, that's true. Long history study. Power of visual.
Oh yeah, Knife is here in the I want to increase my social reach. So I would probably put this somewhere like here, maybe not inside, but here.
Hang on. Yeah. And we've got him. No, we've got him. Power of a visual idea is there. Sorry, I'm just having a look at this piece here. He became more active. So he did want reach, though.
Yeah, he wanted or no? I think he doesn't care about reach that much.
Side benefit of creating these images, he could post them on LinkedIn, get feedback. No, it was all about processing his own ideas.
I think it was getting feedback and stuff. He didn't really care about reach, but yeah, it was like.
Yeah.
We don't really have a group for that, so it kind of falls with creating content, but not for the reach reasons, more like for feedback and self-expression reasons. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to sharpen my own ideas, I think.
Yeah, that's a good phrase.
So maybe let's put one that is that, because there are other people who are like that. We just don't necessarily have a category of them. When I want to sharpen. So do you want to say for what they want to use it for, to use with clients, or are we just going to say sharpening my own ideas? I'm just going to leave sharpen my own ideas. Let's toss them in there. Which means who else was doing that? And then Nikki's one here, enough money is a leftover. You know, if they didn't have enough money, they wouldn't have joined it in the first place. Learner, trying to create a book, promote what's next. That's more to do with the career change, I think, than anything else. Is it in this believe creating visuals is really important? I think Frederick might be the same. We've got this one here. Feel the power of visual idea is important. Actually, no, maybe it's not. What's the name? Well, who else wanted to sharpen their thinking? I think Alex did. And what colour's he? Can't even find any of his now. Alex, where are you, mate? Ah, Alex, pink. I lack the design talent. I've seen the power of these things. I've realised how hard it is. Okay, didn't get any of those. Pink. Oh, okay, he's got a couple down there. Those are too boring. Tried doing this, not getting traction. So it's not that one. Fed up copying. Okay. Do we need a label for him? Well, let's go and have a quick look on here and find Alex. So 2022, finishing this, starts posting more actively on LinkedIn concepts. You can something you can learn by doing, partly to get your ideas to resonate with others. See what concepts, see what others like, refine and improve the ideas based on feedback. He continues to do that, but the content's too boring. There's more interaction, imitate the post style. It's not easy. No, maybe not.
I don't know. What do you want to do? Let's do polls or
well, no, I want to cover my own ideas. Actually, is more so I can. So maybe let's get rid of that.
I think
consuming
it's,
content,
yeah.
not creating it. Someone says to create it. Don't think it's anything to do with those ones.
I would probably put it as a lone wolf next to the increase my social reach, because it is very close. It is about kind of creating content, but it's maybe not the desire, it's maybe feedback, but we don't have a lot of those, so it doesn't deserve his own group.
Yeah, and I'm trying to drop these up here. Creating good visuals is a core part of my work. Actually, you know what? We'll put them in here. I don't think that's unfair. What's this one? So I need to teach others, lack the ability to explain. This is less about the visuals and more about the explanation of it. But I think it might, it sort of dilutes that. And these three, what were these ones here?
They are basically almost like post-course, you know. I am doing this. This is successful. I just want to layer more like fuel on the fire, you know.
Yeah, it's maybe it's the flip side to this, in fact. So one is, you know, I'm trying and the things I'm trying is not working, versus then I switch to using this and it starts to feel like it's going to work. And so, you know, it's kind of pushing me forward because I'm like, oh, that's a lot better than pissing around with.
Yep.
Well, do we create a new group? Yeah, why not?
Well,
I think they've all got it. So let's just drop them in and work out what we call it. Okay, when I have experienced an increase using. I'll just make it that. And actually, I think in that one there, you can get Aditi's in there as well. At some, in a part of her journey has come up there. Need to create new content. None of them say that directly, but it was definitely.
So she shared other visuals and so they were working.
Yeah. So if you think about it, she started off on written posts. Then she started to share videos. Then she started to repurpose other people's content. And so, it was kind of propelling her forward toward this idea. I'm not sure which of these things says it best, but let's go and have a quick look at Aditi in here. See if we see it. So, paid a LinkedIn content coach to promote something. Then, so I was active on LinkedIn, posting different types. Started with written, so that was easy for her because she was a writer. The videos, memes, saw the value of visual communications from seeing others. Blah blah blah. Thought she could taking the visuals and repurposing them. Creating rather than co-opting. Maybe not directly. I mean, I think it's part of her story. Like as she's changed her style and posted different things, she's got more or less traction from it. And maybe it's just merged with this is that. So I think we were talking about it to start off with the difference between seeing somebody create something and feeling you'd like to be able to do it versus doing it and seeing the value of it and that kind of propelling you further to learn more about it. So, and we do need something to do with Francesca Giulia. Thinking video. Sorry, that was my wife coming home. I think some dog's gone there. Creative, but cannot explain.
I'm sorry. I'm just like talking to you muted. Yeah, sorry. I moved these here. Like I have a suggestion. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I feel these Francesca things she's not really into like creating the visuals itself, but in the process very much. And I feel when it will come to pools, there will be tremendous amount of I want to see Janis process. I want to see Janis process, and I feel these are like very close to that because I don't even know where to put them here in the pushes. But
well, for me,
in the pushes, it kind of translates that like I struggle to explain how whatever she's saying there that. I'm struggling to explain others how visual thinking works, but nobody here are interested. We don't have such group.
It's almost like it's a subset of this. So actually, if I try to create visuals myself, it's fine. So it's not that I lack that skill, but I need to help others create visuals who lack this, and so I can't teach them type thing. But do you murder this group by trying to squeeze that into it? I don't know.
Or just keep it below. It's not like we need to put everything in, right? Because it is a bit unique.
Well, I suppose I'll tell you what. Why don't I go through these here? You keep an eye on those ones and tell me whether any of the three statements she says feel like they fit. So
okay, I'm listening.
When I've been recycling content, it's nothing to do with that. Existing content's hard to write or fails to pull, not that. Experienced an increase in post traction by using a visual, don't think it's that. She doesn't want to increase her social media reach. If anything, she didn't want that.
Yeah.
Career, no. Feel the power of visual idea is important. She's already in that group. When I believe
she's very much similar to coaches. Where have we placed coaches? Which is Alex, Frederick, Eduardo. Where those cards are sitting the most? It's blue cards.
Well, you know, just because we pulled those people together doesn't mean that that's necessarily what we're going to see when we run the analysis.
Yeah. No, but it sounds like, you know, she mentioned like, when I need to teach others, but I lack the ability to explain how visual thinking works. So it's just that little twist of explaining how visual thinking works versus using the visual thinking to coach.
Yeah, and so I think that actually she could fit here. Like, do you want to change the words to so it's
I agree.
The fact that you could teach Roberto how to do this was, you know, propelled. It's like, oh, well, I want the ability to do that. So it wasn't, it wasn't her. So she could create the visuals, but that's not what she was selling her clients. She was selling them the ability to think this stuff through. So I think maybe we can kind of append her there with it. I don't really want to change the words because for most people, I think the wording here works.
Yeah, she is a bit like a unique, so I think it's fair that she's kind of on the line there.
And actually, they probably all sort of say this all about an inability to do it.
Well,
yeah.
So
creating good visual, no, it's not really anything to do with that. All right. So look,
just if I zoom out and I look at the pushes, I feel like if there's one thing I should change today, it would be like go to my landing page and the top line should be, so you believe visual communication is really important, but you lack the skill to do it.
Oh, could be. Yeah, you never know. I mean, it certainly does seem to be. Oh yeah, we split that group as well, and we've still ended up with loads of people in the same one. And I know I don't know. Okay, so actually, maybe there's. Can we do this?
But this will be I don't know. It's going to be so interesting to me now to like implement all the metrics and trackings and then run these tests, you know, with different headlines, because we have nice source of like inspiration and just like run different tests and see how they perform. It's going to be so much fun. Hopefully profitable.
Yeah, well, well, if not, this will be a really terrible case study, won't it?
No.
So artistic talent, not artsy. I've got ideas. There's something to do with the. Can we separate these into two? Ideas.
I have a question. I have a question. Why do you want to separate them? You're just looking. Is there a strong? It's not like you want to, or there is a reason that there's a lot here, so that we should separate, or it's more like you're just curious.
Yeah, a bit of both. So what we've got is a lot of people who are all lumped in under one phrase, and the idea of this is to get the abstraction level right. So if we're too low, if this is too generic a statement, then if you slap that at the top of your landing page, nobody agrees with it because it's too it's like it's too watery. Whereas if we can take it, you know, get it finer. And I know the only time I would take it finer is if it pulls apart different colored groups of people. So if you know, red, pink, and white end up on the left and all the greens and purples on the right, I think that makes sense, and we want that level of detail. If there's no way to pull them apart, or we pull two groups apart and we get the same cards in each, then it's not two groups, it's one.
Understood. Okay.
That makes sense. And so Anne here is kind of want to create so I can create my ideas more clearly. She might be more in. I don't know. Oh, she is it this one? No. What do we mean with you? I don't know. Actually, Anne's a difficult one there. So I'll pull her out for the time being, just so we can have a look at these. So I know I don't know how to do it. Seen the, but so it's important, but I can't do it. Is there? I wanted to be an artist, so over here. So I'm a good communicator. Actually, I think these might be up here. I'm not sure whether Akil goes there. I think actually this is where she can come back in. Move you over here, Akil. Oops. So I'm looking for ways versus this. So this is, I have a skill and I want to add a skill. This is, I struggle to do the skill and I want to learn how to do it. And hers is, I have a skill and I want to learn, and I want to learn how to do it. Not sure. See if I can pull into two groups. I know it didn't work with the earlier one, but let's have a bit more space here.
Well, what I'm like, if I think like just logically how I would apply things, I feel like if I would, you know, if I would write and say something like, you know, so yeah, no, that's fine. Because yeah, I'm thinking these people, they come more from like, sorry, I want to layer on more skills. I don't really feel whatever. And here there's like with Alex, there's more pain. Like I believe this, I want this, but there's like more frustration, and this is more curiosity kind of driven and not.
Yeah, the reason why this matters, Janis, is that if you just look at the pushes alone, and you just look at one group of people alone, you see something that's there. When we code this up and we pull people out, if you've got someone who like, when I've tried doing it, it's too hard, so I can learn the process, versus somebody else might be when I'm good at one thing and I want to add a new skill, so I can add another skill to my toolbox or something like that. So the pushes and the pulls tend to come together, and if we can separate them here, we get a finer resolution. It's only any good if the separation makes sense. So this one here is very much to me. Put that in there. When I am a strong communicator but lack the skill to communicate visually.
That's fair.
Versus this one here, I don't even know. This one might just be. I've tried it. It's hard.
I feel like if I would redo this whole board, I guess I would almost make like, you know, circles inside of circles.
Yeah.
Because both of these, you know, they both believe that visuals are important in a sense.
Yep.
To me, it seems so. And then there's just different like type of. It would be same with inspiration. I'm inspired because of these reasons, etc.
And this is exactly what I mean by levels of abstraction. If we just stay at, I believe visuals are important, you get everybody that we've interviewed. But if we can pull it into, I believe visuals are important because, or I believe visuals are important and I can't do it, then, and it starts to separate different people, then it's like, oh, well, that's a more nuanced understanding of their context and the situation they're in.
Yeah, that makes sense. The only fear I have, like not really fear, like because now when we separate more, I like start to feel like, man, like where should I focus? You know, because when we have like a circle with tons of things, I feel like awesome. You know, I'll just tailor the landing page to these people, and I'll grab them. And now I'm like, holy shit! Like I need 10 channels.
No, well, so the purpose of doing this, and we'll do it on the side end, is this will help us create these groups. So we want to see different people land in different groups because they have materially different contexts. So, you know, I'm trying to grow my business on LinkedIn or whatever, and I have some of these pushes and some of these pulls, and they're your content creators, and you can go after them with messages that resonate there. Whereas somebody else might be, actually, I've been thrust into this. It's now something I've got to do for a living, so I need to learn it for these reasons. And you can talk more specifically to each group, rather than if you say it at a high level, I can help you learn how to draw and explain ideas visually. But oh, well, that sounds interesting, but I'm hooked when you're talking to me about the. It's like, sounds like you're really struggling to draw these yourself, and you want a process to follow to do it. Here's why this is the reason to it. So we do this, and then we pull them back into groups and see what matters to each, and then hopefully create the content.
Okay.
Do we think this one goes over here, actually?
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah, I think it does. So, and what about his other ones? I have an ability to see visualizations others find hard, but I don't have the ability to draw it. Actually, I think he may just jump over there then. Because Nikki had the same thing. She had ideas in her head, but she didn't feel like she was any, you know, I like it. I can come up with these ideas. I can generate this kind of stuff. Whereas this is more about the belief that it was really important. And Nikki, a lot of ideas in her head, struggle to express them. So maybe Nikki can come all the way over into here then. Because it's less about creating visuals to. Maybe not. Let's keep it over here.
No, I don't think Nikki goes there. I don't think she mentioned anything like about really enjoying it. It was like she wants fun, but she didn't.
No, she talked about the feeling of a pencil on paper. That seemed. So
okay,
it was,
maybe I forgot then.
And she ended up having like an art A level, which is, you know, to me is quite a strong amount of art talent.
Okay. Well, maybe she's in both.
Yeah, well, exactly. She can be. It's not like we have to do this. No, okay, so maybe we pull this over here is more to do with I've got the visual ideas, but it's hard to build. I think this, but I can't explain it to others. So maybe this is something like, so that again, power of visual idea is important, like they do.
I feel this is like feels quite vague, so probably we can check out this thing.
Yeah. What I'm wondering here is this is something to do with when I I have is I want to share the ability. How does that hang?
I do honestly feel that this group is interesting to me.
Yep.
Because it's almost the same. It's just it's like it's almost like an incomplete sentence, you know? Because the underlying thing seems to be that they but are they saying about the skill?
Yeah, that's the difference.
That's the difference. They don't mention the skill.
This one here is the power of it. This has visuals have importance, and so therefore I'm sold on that. These ones up here are the reason I'm looking at this now, and maybe we could pull some of them down there. So you know, this one could possibly come in. Alex could join here, I think, because he's talking about I want the skill, but you know, so did Wes, so did others. You know, it's not.
But then it feels like it can go because like I want that skill and like the ability.
Well, I want that skill probably more of a pull, right? So that, but it's recognizing that visuals are important, and in this case, I've got ideas I want to share, but I can't share them clearly. Versus, I'm good at sharing my ideas verbally, but you know, and want to add a new skill. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's communication in it, but it's like I'm good communicator, and now this will be a new communication channel. Whereas these guys are like our visuals are I've got these ideas in my head and I want to get them out, and words aren't cutting it. That's the difference here. The words aren't cutting it. Like my existing ways of communication aren't, you know, they're not resonating with people.
Yeah, this is a bit of a brain twister.
And I think Mittul like that as well, didn't he? Yeah. Did anybody else in this group? Could well do. So there was definitely a winging it component up in this one here. Actually, no, I don't think Wes had that because he was okay getting it out. He just wanted it to be polished, didn't he? Whereas Mittel couldn't get the whole idea out in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe put him back. Okay. Well, we've got quite a big separation here. Over here, these ones here, visual idea causes me to stop and think I want the ability to do that. I see visual content and express the desire to do something similar, which isn't very different. Producing simpler visuals, visual content that's in my niche. I feel like I could do it. I want the ability to do it. And I see another designer. This one here is more. Yeah, okay. So I think these ones. Where do we go down there? It might be about it believing it's possible, and maybe these all go in the same group. So these ones are. So I think the difference here is my scrolling has stopped, and so now I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like that's a skill I lack. Whereas these ones are a bit more. I see that you can do simple stuff, and so therefore I feel I can actually do it. So I'm inspired in this case, you know, with these ones. So if you look at this, it's in my niche. It's like, oh yeah, I could do that. I mean, Eduardo had the art talent.
Yeah.
So there's something simple here. Doesn't have to be fancy. Versus the other person stopping the scroll because it's like, shit, this idea has hit me like a freight train, and I want to do that to others. Visual identity. Where does that play into this? This is more a pull, isn't it? Because obviously we've got well, I think these might be more pulls than pushes. I'm trying to create visual content because I realise it's. And that might be up there as well.
So I'm moving a few things around, just playing. I sense there's like, and I feel this is more like there's like ability field, inspiration field, and I feel the power of visuals are important to me. Feels a bit more like inspiration as well. No. When I have seen, yeah, there's a lot of inspiration aspect when I look at this one.
I'm not too sure.
No.
Well, it's also, I mean, sat down near results, but obviously the results I want are clearer communication. So I mean,
results to me feel like where it's more like about outcomes, you know.
Well, outcomes are on the other side. So this is, I'm on social media. I want to get social media. It's hard on social media. I'm recycling content. It's time for me to do it myself. I don't know what's this one here with Nikki. Feel like my existing modes of thinking of draining. Course content is hard. Yeah, maybe it's that. I just think that, to be honest, I think most of that's kind of done. I just think that maybe these ones here go together. That this. See, this is
Sure. Do you want to move to pools or what do you want to go? Break?
Yeah, we can do. I feel I can do it. And maybe we merge these because you can have two separate ones because it's and I feel like I can make something similar. How about that? And then actually, it's not dissimilar to these ones here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll get lumped in together. Let me just get rid of that group.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Look, I think it's not bad. Maybe we come back and revise it with the polls at a later stage. But yeah, that's okay. We can
sure.
We can park it there.
Okay.
Just in terms of question on this, we can carry on if you want, or do we want to take a break if you need to get back to look after your kids because they're sick? We can.
No, I am adapting to you. So whatever you prefer. If you wanna continue, we can continue. If you want to end today and go spend time with your family,
should we plow on until? Do you need a break now, or do you want to plow on until like 5 o'clock my time, another 3/4 of an hour?
That's like in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 15. Or 40 minutes.
You've got another 45 minutes.
Let's continue for 45 more minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you know, I could probably make some time tomorrow, but not too late. So I don't know we'll get too much time. Otherwise, carve out time on Wednesday next week if that suits you.
Yeah, we can. I can just have pee break, and we can do 40 minutes of polls if you want to, and then we wrap it up and continue whenever we continue.
All right, no worries. You want to take a quick break now, do you? Sorry, this is the noise in the background.
That
She
looks
particularly likes coming in here and bothering me.
that looks so adorable. What breed it is?
She's a doggy, half Dachshund, half corgi.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
So,
I had a corgi back in Latvia.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you
It's a freaking hilarious dogs. Absolutely hilarious.
She's got the same sort of facial expressions and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
exactly.
The best.
Food. There's never any amount of food you can give her that will make her feel like she's fully fed. So, but, very clingy. The only problem is when I come in here, I could let her in, but then she just wants my attention rather than me paying attention to who I'm talking to. So someone else has got to look after her.
Oh man, dogs are awesome. I miss dogs.
Yeah, me too. My favorite thing, getting out with her.
That is
all right.
Awesome.
Cool. So I guess should we start the same way? It should start to speed up with the polls because your mind's in the right mode for it. But just doing the same thing. So I don't need to rely on somebody else. Skill I can use somewhere else. Freelance opportunity, that's somewhat similar to that. Come on to what can create and tell. Okay, so feedback. Make more money. Personal help, that's feedback. Schedule, come over there. Where and why I'm making mistakes. So feedback.
Please continue. I will just change the headsets. These are so weird.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm just I'll start dragging them around and then we can. Technique.
Do you hear me?
Yep, here I'm clear.
Okay, good.
So structured process, that's different. Do this in my own time, my own pace. Easily create them. Similar but not perfect the same. Confidence, right? There's definitely a confidence one. We'll put that over there some more. This is the process. Where do I put process? Techniques. Confidence. It's not lining up as much. Focus my ideas and practice. What's that? Actually, I think that's somewhat similar to this. So it's not quite the same. Kieran did want something like that from these sessions. I can get my ideas out of my head. Maybe Mitchell's not quite the same.
Okay.
What's going on in your background? It sounds like you got a.
Sorry?
So what's going on in your background? It sounds like you've got a kids party going on.
Where?
I don't know. It just sounds like high pitched. Kind of.
Oh, yeah. Just it's TV going on a little bit next to me because my workstation is in the living room, and as she's home, don't have a separate office, but
Fair enough.
a bit more silent.
That's all right. Express my ideas more clearly. Where's this? Is that here?
I know I might be repeating myself, but may I ask a question?
Yep.
When it comes to like creating copy and in general, I feel like one of the most valuable things probably are written in the anxieties part, right? Like,
I think, I think copy is more driven by the pushes and pulls. So if trying to think of an example from this, if I do, I'll come up with it. But when you like, if we let's say someone's got 3 pushes and 2 pulls. Sorry, my background going off. And you say exactly those things to somebody, it's like, oh my god, this course is perfect. It's just for me. Like it's like it's talking to me, because you're often using language that they can't articulate at the time because they haven't gotten over it. So a lot of the language comes from the pushes and the pulls. The anxieties are more, they're stopping people from buying. So let's say I land on your website and it talks specifically to me, and I'm like, that's awesome. Oh, but will it work for me? Well, can I afford it? Can I join it in the middle of the night? And so all of these anxieties then prevent me from joining. So the anxieties are all about how do we chop those off, change the product, change the pricing, change the way it's delivered. So
basically main copy, main messaging is driven by pushes and pulls, and then small tweaks, some FAQ in the landing page or a small PS or whatever, and like just I guess the forming of the product. Oh, we have feedback sessions, this is how we address that. So that's the rest comes in.
Yeah, you've kind of got like the context that someone's in, the problem statement or whatever you'd normally start with, the outcome they want, which is the pulls. And so by this time they're like, yes. And then how do I make progress? How do I actually go and do this in a way that aligns how I want to?
And then your system will kind of, I guess we will put these back into your system. And if I say, okay, now I'm actually, I wrote a copy about this push and these 2 pools, then the system will automatically show these are common anxieties when it comes to this, because it will match like from where those cards come. Is that correct?
Yeah, we don't do a lot of the matching. It's more at the moment you end up with groups. Within the groups, you say, okay, where are there common anxieties here that everybody in this group shared? And if so, how do we get rid of it? And often, sometimes you'll see it's kind of changing the amount of product, where people look at it and there's some overwhelming amount of course material. It's like, I'll never get through that. And so you can you just change the way you present the course, or you change the format of it. So it's kind of trying to, the copy, lots of the copy comes from this pushes and pulls. Once we see what matters to the individuals in the group, in their context, those anxieties might make more sense. And it's just like, okay, maybe somebody's trying to join. It's like, oh, like, will I have enough questions to ask? So we just change the way you deliver that live.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Maybe it's more, I'm going to sit there and give you feedback of one whatever it is. But we try and tailor the product to what people really need, and avoid triggering their anxieties more than anything else.
Understood.
Because if you think about it, if you're trying to write copy to get rid of an anxiety, why not just improve the product by getting rid of it, or changing the structure or the pricing or the whatever?
Yeah, I guess you said it very well. Like you look at the anxieties and then you think about how we can overcome these anxieties. You don't change the copy, you know, but you essentially change the product and then just communicate your product clearly. So it's just, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you know, it's like adding a guarantee. If people were worried, is it worth it? You put a guarantee on there, and then, or you know, have a free trial or you pay start. You know, so you're just thinking of ways to sort of flatten the hill, because they're driving this. I want to get there, but this big anxiety hill's in my way. How do we lower that so that it's easy for them to get over it and get some cash?
That's a good visual, by the way.
Yeah, I'll have to try and use some of these. Okay, right. So we're starting to elevate these to standard I'm proud of. Nope. Confidence. Maybe I'll leave it there for now. Sounds so fun and useful. We haven't got fun elsewhere. Step up on my own is a live class. Is that related to this, or is it different?
This is more feedback. Live class is a live class. I guess it's more like I want community. I want real class. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Another point of view, I think that's a different one. That's a new one.
And it's like process.
Oh,
process query.
Oh yeah, maybe it's closer to these ones as an approach or a different approach.
That one seems similar.
That one's about the creative rut. Actually, yeah, it might be. Is it in here?
Okay, yeah, it's more about creative rut. He mentions process, but essentially that's not really like creative rut is the goal. So
yeah, it's I'm worried that I might end up in a creative rut, and if I learn another process, but yeah, maybe it doesn't matter. Like the process itself, if I just crank a handle and these ideas pop out, then I don't have to worry about not being able to produce them in the future, because I just follow the process and bam, here it comes. So this one was more about the don't have to pay somebody else. Skill and confidence is over here somewhere. And maybe we can do that this time, just to sort of speed it up. Just leaving a confident. DIY. Process. Move the process ones here, won't it? So sort of throw these things in with a bit of actually, I'll just dump this one here. Whether they stay together or not doesn't really matter. That's more about the format.
Should I, in order for us to move faster, should I just take other cards and do my best at organizing them, and then we can
go for it.
Do it together?
If you want to start throwing them around, just if they start to fit here, that might actually speed us up a lot. I don't know. Obviously, when we first started, I'm trying to make sure you
I will try to like do what you do, but then we can of course correct if I made a mistake.
Yeah. Oh, none of it's a mistake at this stage. So
yeah, sure. As long as I accidentally don't delete them.
Well, we can always recreate them, so it's not the end of the world. Schedule. Where is schedule? Yes. So what might be worth doing is just having just a quick look at the broad buckets I'm throwing out here at the moment.
Yeah, that's then it's easier to put them, and then we can go take it from there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually better that we have broad buckets right now.
Yeah. Step up on my own. Where's that? DIY. What am I doing there? Fun and useful. Is this one? Oh, new skill. There's new skill. New skill to profit from. Move that one up there. And we got that one. Skill and confidence to use these in client work. Confidence. Where did confidence go? Oh, down here. I might have to speed this section up for whoever's watching as we suddenly go off and stop talking to one another. Community.
Sorry, what did you say?
I just said I might have to speed this section up while people are watching because we're both head down in this.
Well, you can explain. I'll just. So it's interesting for those who listen. I'm just moving things here on the back end, and you will touch them later.
Go for it. Another point of view. Already had that. Effortlessly. That's over there as well. Process behind the scenes. So actually, it depends whether everybody comes as a process. That one. There on the tools. Tools and process. Process and confidence. So process and confidence. Look at some of these. Making a living, new skill to profit from. Pushing high quality is process. Okay, and pressed. Okay, I'll leave that for the time being. Come and have a look at this. Nikki Rax and do this. So, fun and useful. Put it in there for the time being. Confidence down here. Investing in myself. Huh? Got that anywhere, have we? That is one. Stealing myself. Improve marketing. It's probably over here. Let's have a look. What's in it? Unity, create visuals, cause others to think. Okay, well, leave it there for now. Share and explain these things. Get ideas out of my head. Where was that? You don't do that.
Just, by the way, I'm doing more like the simple ones where I can't really figure out. I will just leave them for you.
Okay. Oh, well, so if you're seeing something that matches an existing bucket, you're going to throw it in there. Otherwise.
Yeah, otherwise I leave it untouched because I'm confused.
Okay. if there's anything you want to talk, if you find something you're confused, you want to talk it through, that'll help. Capture attention for business. August challenge, structure and support. Delivery community. Take advantage of a discount. Cool. Okay, so there was a process.
Do we have credibility bucket?
Well, let's have a look. Oh, the credentials of the teacher. No, we don't. That's kind of trust, isn't it?
Yes, I guess
so I can trust the teacher to do this, teach this, something along those lines. Play together, fun and useful. Healthy hobby, fun. Learn a skill. Fun and useful. Expand my network. That might be its own, or it might be different. So we'll put that there. Expand network. Sense of achievement. Oh, hang on. Network. Useful. Enjoy the process. Fun, I think. Interact more credibly. Somewhat networking. Enjoy new ways. That's still fun and useful. Sense of achievement. I mean, that's somewhere near fun use. I'll leave that here. What have we got left? Temi, learn the basics. Process. Learn about the technology. So there's definitely tools up here. There's definitely processing tools. Where do we go with that?
This one from Alex should put now in process as well, so I can learn how to execute as well as come up with ideas.
Yeah, that sounds like process.
Okay, well, there's definitely will be more buckets, but now just let's throw it there.
Yeah, it's just trying to give them a baseline category. So
yeah.
I can learn the tools to where are your tools? Okay, so there's. I'll leave that one in process and pull this one into tools. I've put another one here just specifically for tools. That they might belong in the same one anyway. Technology. It's not that one. Process tools. Techniques. And actually, Kieran had the need for tools as well. I didn't. Have a look. So if I share this tab, Kieran. What we've got, right? Experience, missing out, can't rely, freelance ideas, time. Don't have to rely on somebody else. Freelance, make more money, get help, fit it around their skills. Where are their tools in this? Right across.
Okay, one card I will duplicate because it kind of goes both in the format, delivery, and the trust.
Okay. Do you need this to do? Maybe not. Okay. I'll come back over here and do this. What else we got? use typography tools, techniques.
Feedback you will place under format delivery right now, right?
Sorry?
If people want feedback, you place that in format delivery, right?
Yes, I was sort of throwing that in. I think we'll probably end up with people who have a preference for different styles of delivery.
Of course.
Just lob them on.
There's like, I want cohorts, I want self-paced.
Yeah.
Which is very normal, of course.
Only useful language, people on the same page. Communication. We've got quite a lot in here already, I think. Create my own DIY. Learn a new skill I'm lacking. Yeah, I can always accelerate this piece anyway for people and just go through it when we're actually talking how we've pulled it apart. Resonates with people, communicate more clearly. Creative risk, do something different. Maybe I'll put that up somewhere near here.
So this is definitely looks faster. Like we're
yeah, whether it's better, we'll find out. But you know, it's like obviously the first piece you want to go through together to really make sure you've got it. But I think we have to do this. Learn a skill I lack. A new hobby. Pushing up visuals. True. Creative, fun, useful. Okay, there we go. Structured course.
I am very happy to see a lot of cards in the fun and useful. There's like, I think one shift which I feel it's kind of going there. Like previously I was tremendously focused on like, hey, you know, you like grow your following, etc., etc. I was like really targeting mostly aspiring creators, and I feel it's just a significant, but it's not the major bucket, you know. And I feel there's so much people who join just to, because I'd rather like teach the skill and stuff and like don't overpromise the results, because like I can't control that. Of course, there is like good signs that this works well on socials, but I don't want to like push crazy on that and be this, you know, so you know, 10x your reach, etc., etc. And I'm just happy that it seems it's going that direction.
The thing I think about the fun and useful one, and I mentioned, I don't know whether we were talking about it or whether it was a WhatsApp about Reddit, something like that. Yeah, I bought one of these remarkable tablets to take the notes that I use in these meetings. And then once I had it, like all of a sudden I had this kind of endless paper, and you know, I could scribble anywhere I went or whenever I wanted. And I started to see other people's images on a subreddit for remarkable tablets. You'd see people who are drawing, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. I didn't know you could do that with this piece of machinery. And then I'm like, yeah, but I suck at art. And so I ended up buying a book. It was How to Draw in 30 Days or something like this. It was like a super simple book. And so then I started to find that it was fun, and you know, thought it might be useful and stuff like that. So it's probably the angle I've taken to get into it. But more importantly, so the fun and useful piece, you go and land your adverts if you're going to use adverts somewhere near there, or find people that are talking about discovering the joy of this, and you know, show that there's another way to use it. So it is fun and it's useful, and then the two together make me want to definitely learning.
Yeah, because there's a lot of cards in like process, fun and useful, and like yeah, I'm very happy to see that there's more fun and useful versus dry results at the moment, which is just it's a very speculative observation, but still.
Oh, let's go with process. Here we go. Process is stacked, so there's definitely a load of.
Well, it was a common theme when I listened to
it.
it. I was like, I could almost make like one simple page and say like, hey, want to learn my creative process behind creative visuals? The answer is yes, and probably if it would be like a $30 cheap course, a lot of people would just buy that.
Well, what we want to find out here is whether do people pay more to learn the process than they do to learn to get the results. I don't know.
Yeah, but the price piece in general, we can't really predict, right? We can just make assumptions and experiment, right? There's no way we can.
Well, if we can uniquely differentiate this because it's doing something that other courses don't, then you can charge what you like for it because you're not being compared to others. You're able to stand uniquely. So I don't know yet. Let's have a look. But yeah, you've got to test this stuff. It's pricing is a bit science, but a lot of guesswork. Explain more clearly. Help others. Have we got to help others?
No, yeah, but I had some from Eduardo, I think similar themed, and I was just not sure where to put them, so I left them for now here.
Okay, I've just done that over near ideas out of my head.
I think help others and just kind of get the idea in other people's head was like a strong desire for that. Felt like it was a thing.
I can do it. Have we got anything about this confidence? But we definitely should have something for let's go with voice. Voice. Where was the visual identity one? Yeah, down here.
I love how uphill clear is. So I can build an audience to 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
Clear goals.
That's it. He's nailed it. You can tell he comes from an engineering background. So
Exactly.
Very well specified what he wants out of this.
Exactly.
Which way are you going? I'll push it myself. I might put that up here actually. Very useful content. Process. Okay, yeah. So there's one here I've just put up with Eduardo. So it's get a glimpse into the process, not a deep dive. So there might be a segregation there on. Do I just am I just interested to see somebody else's process, or do I absolutely need to know the ins and outs of it so that I can operate it myself? Clearer communication and passion for work, hobby with artwork. Go fun and useful again. Okay. Learn a new skill, fun practice. Need more creative, fun, and useful. Actually, this one might be new skill. See where it ends up. Feedback. Delivery. Where is it? I don't know. Take the ball's own time at own pace. Different perspective. Different perspective. Where's that? Confidence. Investment community schedule. Maybe it's just this. Okay. See how he thinks. Connect to feeling. Others. Just the course as well. Structure. Method. Skill process, whatever it's got here. There we go. We've funded through this back section, haven't we? We can do this.
Yeah, this was like 10 times faster, but yeah, we'll see how better it is. I'm sure there's a lot of other things to do, but
well, when I do this on my own, I do it more like this. I kind of just throw things around the place, and I'm not trying to do it. Obviously, when I'm trying to
explain and
yeah, you want to make sure that you get it, because otherwise you're just sat there watching me shuffle cards, and it'd be pretty boring. And
yeah, but again, realistically looking at it, it like makes sense. It's like obviously people want to learn the process because this is a course about a skill, so obviously there's tons of things, and then we have one reason is fun and useful, and the other one is like to drive results, capture attention. Those seems to be two very strong forms, and that just makes sense in my mind.
Yeah, I think so. I think when we actually come to pull these apart, investing in myself, where's that?
Yeah,
learn how to do this myself. It's a skill I lack, actually, so then I might put this one over here. I don't know. We'll come back to that. Universal emotions. Have we got anything about resonate? So that's missing. We need to have the resonate with others, but I'll put it in this one here for now, because we'll definitely separate it. Because there are some, it's like, what do you want to communicate more clearly, or what is it you want to do it? Sometimes it's just to get my point across. Sometimes it's to make somebody feel a certain way, and to dip my toes into it. That might be level of skill. Mission to be shitty. There we go.
Cool.
All right.
I feel Akhil needs a dedicated growth course. So it's all
drive results. Stand out with others. Not as much. Build my audience. Get the same attention. Evergreen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Well, okay. I guess we'll wrap it up here. Job well done.
Yeah, just having a quick look at this so I can get a visual unique one. I think we already had that, so it was a flip side, and I've put this as skill I lack. Let's get these in there as well. Many emails, so I believe in the person, probably. Seeing these visuals, I trust them. Probably believe in the person. Existing contact lacks it. Visual identity, I think they're the same thing. So.
And this one probably is the person I trust as well, right?
Yeah. Yes, definitely, yeah. And this is when our existing lacks visual identity. So where is that? It's either one of these two, I think. Not communicating clearly, its ability to do it. I'll put that back over there. All right, cool. So I think this is like quite a good point to break it off anyway, because we've done some shuffling here. Obviously, I think we've got the pushes pretty well sorted. And then when have you got more time to sort of take the next step on this?
Well, again, I'm trying to fit your lifestyle as much as I can.
Yeah, it's just that this has landed this week when my parents are in town. Otherwise, I'd be happy doing it in my evenings. But you know, I'm clearly
No. I am.
So what I might do is we could spend, if you've got time tomorrow, we could spend maybe an hour or so doing this. Up to you. Otherwise, we could actually we'd probably do something similar. Maybe do a couple of hours tomorrow if you've got the time.
Yeah, maybe not 3, but maybe we can do 2 hours from 8:30 to from my 8:30 to 10:30. That would be. Oh yeah, just maybe same time block for tomorrow, and just let's feel the vibe and.
Okay, all right. So let me just do that, and then.
Oh yeah, you can make it shorter. It's Friday, so at least you can go and enjoy the kind of end of the work week.
Yeah, no, I've already. We've got. Where is that? Is that right? Tomorrow, 3rd. Okay, I've left it same time anyway. You block it off. So yeah, what I'll do, we can see if we can try and get this organized into these groups by then, which would be good. And then then I'll probably just break because I'm out on the F1's in town, so we're out there on Sunday night. So Monday I might not be as much use as usual, and then Tuesday's their last day. So then we could, if you've got time on the Wednesday next week, we could actually. Should we just block that now if you've got the time?
Yeah, sure.
So if I just if I duplicate that and just make one for what's that, the 10th? I don't know. What am I about? 8th?
Well, same stuff. Feel free to. There is like an event on Wednesday, but I'm not sure. Is that with me and wife or just my wife? It's like some legal thing. I'll check with her, but it's probably without me.
Okay. Well, I've just sent it anyway. If you can't do it, decline it or whatever. But that's the next time that we can pick this up. But I think we've made pretty good progress here. Like I said, it normally takes 2 to 4 sessions like this to try and thrash these into a shape that you're confident.
Yeah, one quick question. I'm very keen to this week to finalize and like my landing page and just ship it again because I want. There's a lot of people in the wait list. I kind of gonna want the money to keep rolling. So of course I'll do my best, and I'll maybe, if you don't mind, I'll bounce with you like the pricing and just some contents of the site, which I think, and you've had a lot of these interviews, so I'd probably appreciate your feedback as well. I know this is like still kind of, we're not done with this, but it would be nice because I really want to finish that this week.
Fair enough. If you want to ship it, don't wait, because obviously we'll get the analysis, and then as we go through it, there's we can layer this up. There's no point.
Yeah. This it feels like it's some journey for 4 months to test and iterate, and you can implement this in newsletters and tons of stuff.
When we first did it, first thing I did was look at it. Once I saw the jobs, which we haven't quite gotten to yet, I put up a landing page and just captured people's emails, and I think it went to a payment gateway, but just didn't take payment. So it's like, let's test that this message works and that people would sign up for this stuff. Then we got a massive signal quickly, so then we built the course and rolled it. And then as I got people to join the new offering in the new package, then I'd interview those people, and I'm like, okay, you know, what we thought they were buying for, like, did we end up getting some new people, or like, did we learn something else? And then as you work with them, you kind of refine it to get down to that point. And then on the landing page, the anxieties, the thing that I did that was best for me was I created a WhatsApp for business number, and I just said, you know, WhatsApp you here. And literally I replied to every single WhatsApp message from all the people who were on there. And I then just took all of those questions and lumped them into ChatGPT. And I'm like, okay, what are they really asking? Because, you know, if someone asks, oh, how much is it, whatever, it's not, is it worth it? And or something like that, you know. So certainly want to mine for the anxieties that your copy creates. And we can also do some landing page testing with it. I haven't published anything on that yet, but I'd pay people like $50 and just tell them, open a session like this, send them my landing page. What do you think this sells? Like, what does it say to you? Because whatever you've designed, obviously it makes perfect sense, but trying to help it make sense to your audience is what really matters. So that's how I get rid of the anxieties. But that, you know, you can constantly polish this until you get it to the, you know, till you're very confident you've done your best to get rid of every really important one, and you've got to optimize. So yeah, fire anything you want away. I'll try and reply to it, give you feedback on it, but don't hold up, because like this is a iterative improvements is what we want to get out of this. You can start to see the value of it and hopefully start to pick up more revenue.
Cool. Okay. Have a great thing. Thank you so much.
It's been really great pleasure doing it. So thanks for your engagement.
Thank you. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.